Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys what I eat in a day to lose weight. First, I'm going to show you guys how to make these delicious scrambled eggs with spinach.
You're going to put a half a tablespoon of olive oil. Let that heat up real quick. Once the oil is hot, we're going to add our spinach. Once the spinach has wilted, we're going to add our eggs. You're going to add some salt, some pepper, scramble it around. This is how your egg should look like. I like to add cheese. You can add shredded cheese. You can add Parmesan cheese. But today I'm gonna add queso fresco. This is how my eggs look like after I added the cheese. Super yummy. This breakfast right here is only 210 calories.
Now I'm going to show you guys how I made this yummy ground turkey with rice and vegetables for lunch.
To make the rice, I went ahead and put some olive oil into this pot. And now I'm gonna add the rice and I'm gonna toast it for a little bit. Once your rice is a little bit toasted, we're gonna go ahead and add the water. I would suggest to use chicken broth. I'm all out, so I'm just gonna use water, but if you guys have chicken broth, go ahead and use that. It's going to add more flavor. I'm going to season it with salt, a little bit of pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Once the water starts to boil, go ahead and put the heat on low and cover it with the lid. Now we're gonna wait for a few minutes. Once your rice looks like this, go ahead and turn off the heat and leave it covered. I leave it covered for about 10 to 12 minutes. It just depends. I'm only making half a cup of rice, so if you're making a cup, you might need to leave it covered for longer. Once your rice is done steaming, go ahead and fluff it with a fork like this. And it's good to go. To make the veggies, I'm first going to put the carrots in the pot. And I also added a little bit of water. Now I'm going to cover the pot so it can steam. After a few minutes, I went ahead and added the cauliflower. And now I'm gonna put the lid back on the pot. After a few more minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and add the broccoli and put the lid back on the pot. To season my veggies, I'm going to add some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. To the vegetables, I went ahead and added a little bit of butter just to give it some flavor. Okay, so now it's time to make the ground turkey. Make sure you turn on your pan and make sure it's hot before you put the ground turkey on the pan. Once you put it on the pan, let it get a little sear before you start breaking it apart. I forgot to show you guys, but I went ahead and added some onions to my ground turkey. I also added some salt and pepper, and now I'm going to add the garlic. Now I'm going to season the meat with onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, paprika, and cumin. Now I'm going to add some tomatoes. You can also add jalapenos, but I honestly forgot to add it, and right now it's too late since the meat is basically already done. Also, I would suggest to add the tomatoes a little bit sooner, just so the turkey doesn't dry out. I also went ahead and seasoned the tomatoes. I went ahead and added more cumin, paprika, chili powder, garlic powder, and onion powder. And this is how the meat turned out. And this is how my meal turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and add some avocado just to add more flavor to it. The calories without the avocado is only 335. For lunch the next day, I went ahead and added some shredded cheddar cheese. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make this delicious chipotle chicken with cilantro lime rice and black bean salad. First, we're gonna prepare our chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and season it with salt and pepper on both sides. After I season my chicken, I go ahead and marinate it in chipotle peppers for 2 hours. You can marinate the chicken in a Ziploc bag. I don't have one, so I'm gonna use a glass container. It's been about 2 hours, so I'm going to start preparing the rice. First, I'm going to rinse it. I already added the cilantro to my rice, so now I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze a little bit of lime juice. I'm gonna season it with salt, a little bit of pepper, onion, and garlic powder. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm gonna turn down the heat and cover the pot. Now that the water has come to a boil, I'm going to lower the heat and cover the pot. Now I'm going to let that cook for about 12 minutes. After about 10 minutes, I go ahead and turn off the heat and let the rice sit. I let the rice sit for about 10 minutes. Now we're just gonna fluff it with the fork. While the rice is cooking, we are going to prepare our black beans. So I went ahead and drained these black beans, and now I'm going to rinse them. In a bowl, I put my black beans, some cilantro. Now I'm gonna add some jalapenos. I added my jalapenos. Now I'm going to add some red onion. Now that I added my red onion, I'm going to add some corn. And lastly, I'm going to squeeze some lime juice. Now that I squeeze the lime juice, I'm going to mix everything together. After you mix the black beans together, go ahead and give it a little taste to see if it needs any seasonings. I'm personally going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some garlic powder, and onion powder. And I forgot to mention that I did use a whole lime. I also forgot to mention that I do use the reduced sodium black beans. So that's probably why mine needed more seasoning. If you do use the regular black beans, you may not need to add any more seasonings. After I added my onion, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, I tasted it again. I really like how it came out, so the black beans are done. Now it's finally time to cook the meat. To my cast iron skillet, I went ahead and added 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm gonna let that heat up real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken. Now that the cast iron skillet has heated up, I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken. Remember to not move the chicken around, let it sit there to get a sear. Once you see that the bottom part of it is turning white, then you can go ahead and flip the chicken.
And this is the final result. The calories for this dinner is only 380. As a snack, I had this high in protein yogurt with some banana. The yogurt is only 140 calories for 20 grams of protein. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!